My name is April Slauson. It's S-L-A-U-S-O-N. I live at 100 Donovan Road in Naugatuck. And I'm here tonight to state that I'm in support of the wind turbine project being proposed by B&E Energy for the town of Prospect and other locations in the state of Connecticut. This project will create jobs and also will constitute one of the largest tax contributions made to the town of Prospect. I also support this project with environmental benefits, such as the turbines being a green renewable energy source and that they will not emit air emissions. Wind turbines are commonly used all across Europe, and they are located in various locations such as farms, gas stations, and in town centers. The turbines in Europe have been located by themselves singularly, while others have been placed in groups of 6 to 10 or more turbines together. Support for the turbine project that B&E Energy, Inc. is proposing is necessary so that Connecticut does not have to rely solely on outside energy sources. I would welcome and favor a proposed turbine project in Naugatuck, where I reside. Given the recent events in the Middle East, we all need to be more self-reliant for future energy sources. Thank you.
Be followed by Phil Melchione. Chris Melchione? Pretty good. Phil Melchione. To be followed then by Len Yaniel.
Philip Melchione, Melchione, 5 Rachel Ann Court, Prospect. Good evening.
Welcome. It's those Italian names that get me all the time. I can never pronounce them.
That's right. We'll look at it. I'm in favor of the wind turbine project. I want to be clear about that. It's important to have an open and honest discussion on matters like this, and I thank you for the opportunity. I'm open to change and accept the risks that come with change. I believe we should cast off the notion, not in my backyard, as reasons for against this project. Let the project succeed or fail on its own merits rather than listening to drummed up propaganda. If necessary, ask B&E to provide a yearly report of the energy supplied to the grid and maintain an escrow account for the removal of the wind turbines if the project should fail. Dollars spent locally have a great impact on our community. Local-owned businesses create more jobs locally, creating more opportunity for those wages to be spent locally. The Renewable Energy Investment Charge on our CLMP bill goes directly to the Renewable Energy Investment Fund, which promotes the growth, development, and sale of renewable energy sources. Why not spend those sources here? The project will provide a great source of tax revenue in a time when the state where this town faces major cuts from the state. I don't want my taxes increased because the town failed to generate new streams of revenue. There will be no increase to local traffic, no strain on public resources and schools. Again, I am in favor of the wind turbine project. Those are just some of the reasons I'm in favor of the project. Time does not allow for all of them to be discussed. Thank you very much.
With the rest of your thoughts. Okay? We're going to have Len Yanieli to be followed by, and we have Raymond and Darlene Farnieres.
Good evening. Len Yanieli, it's Y-A-N-N-I-E-L-L-I. Mr. Chairman, members of the Siting Council, I'm Professor Emeritus from Naugatuck Valley Community College, Biological Sciences, right up the road. I'm a resident of Naugatuck, right down the road. So I want to mention 2 aspects of my background, which brings me here tonight. I've done successful wildlife habitat work in Connecticut involving birds, and also I was 5 years as an associate research in Yale's Epidemiology and Public Health Department. So I come to this topic of wind energy both from the standpoint of wildlife habitat, and also people's health. The data shows that in terms of birds, the fatality rate is 3 to 4 birds killed per turbine per year in the United States. Now, we don't like to hear anything like that, but that's actually minuscule compared to what's killed by buildings, cars, windows. Probably many here in the audience have had that experience. There's no solid figures on that, but it's in the millions. There are figures on communication towers with guide wires and flashing lights, which seem in some cases to draw the birds, and we do know that the fatality rate of communication towers is 40 to 500 times more than wind turbines. It's been my direct experience that wind turbines save wildlife habitat, and I say that because I live with 3 GE industrial wind turbines seasonally, 6 months a year, on the island of Islehaven, one of the Fox Islands, in Penobscot Bay. I bought the residence knowing they were going to be built. I saw them being built in 2009, and I lived with them this past extended summer for 6 months. It's overwhelmingly supported on the island, and a survey that was done on the island of 397 residents, 392 support the turbines. You will hear other things on the internet, but it's overwhelmingly supported on the island. On the health side, it's very hard to get statistics from the pollution that's spewed up by the coal-fired plants. There's 1,100 of them in the United States. And that pollution, unfortunately, as you know, crosses state lines. But what you will see in textbooks is that there are 30,000 premature deaths due to the pollution from coal-fired plants. And 48.5% of our electrical energy comes from coal-fired plants in the country. So, also 50 tons of mercury is spewed out from coal-fired plants, and we know what that's done. Unfortunately, it's gotten into our ecosystem. It's poisoned our fish, and we're now limited to the amount of fish that we can eat. There are just so many reasons why, so many winning scenarios for wind energy in Prospect. I've been to the site, and I can tell you from environmental work in the valley, what's going to happen to that site, if this doesn't happen, it's going to be sprawl. And it's going to be the source, unfortunately, for more fossil fuels going into the atmosphere. So just to sum up, from so many angles, in Maine, I know $3 billion of investment capital has gone into Maine for 133 industrial turbines, and it's put $376 million into the pockets of workers. So many winning scenarios with wind energy. Thank you so much.